Development Hell, Day 8, Final Color. Why is this video called Development Hell? Well, my name is Deborah and I'm a film director, and I'm in development hell of my third feature film, SCISSOR. But the reason why I'm in hell is because I can't even get to that movie until we push the last movie out the door. Shaken and Stirred, the story of FLAIR bartending, is my second movie. It's a documentary about the underground world of competitive FLAIR bartending. And it actually comes out in 5 weeks' time on March 26th. You can see the trailer down in the link below, and you can actually pre-order it right now and save 10% off just for you guys. Don't tell anyone. So yeah, click in the links down below and you can see that stuff. But here's the crazy thing. The movie comes out in 5 weeks' time. We have a premiere here in Las Vegas. And the craziest thing about all of this is the movie isn't finished. Don't tell anyone. I'm freaking out. And if I'm being totally honest, I'm actually exhausted today. I feel like this is day 8 of making YouTube videos, and it's been exciting and interesting, but it's kind of exhausting as well. So today we will be doing the final color on the movie. Yesterday we did a spotting session where I took notes and watched the whole movie and took all these notes. And today I'm going to go in, I've got about 30 or so notes, and I'm going to go into Resolve, and I'm going to tweak the color on all of these last things. So if you want to get settled in, grab your coffee, get comfortable, because today is going to be a color day. And I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to try recording my screen for a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. Now this isn't meant to be a tutorial, right? This is just my daily life. And if you're interested in seeing someone real go through the struggle of the movie business and the industry and a day-to-day of what it takes to write, direct, produce, make, and then ship a movie, this is the place for you. In fact, on the point of shipping, I think it was Steve Jobs who once said, "Real artists ship." Okay? And I don't know the context of that, but the context that I like to think of it is that, real artists finish what they start. And making a movie is a long process. It takes me on average 3-4 years to make a film. And so I'm just 5 weeks away now from the world premiere. So it's very exciting, but boy, is it all coming to a head right now. So like I said, grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get into color. First things first, we got to black out the room. Now, it's not essential to black out a room for color, but I think it helps a lot. At least for me. I do actually have the wall behind my computers and monitors, you can see here. It's actually painted middle gray to help my eyes adjust, but now we're going dark mode. So dark. Okay, let's get you guys comfortable and let's get into it. Okay, here we are. It's pretty dark in here. And so let me just get stuff up on my screen that I need. Close some windows. Okie dokie, I'm going to open up Resolve. Just fired up my hard drives. We got 30 something terabytes of content here. 36 terabytes. So a lot of terabytes. Okie dokie, let me get my notes. Boom, a lot of notes. Okay, so let's go into like screen record mode, and let's see how this plays out. Okay guys, I'm recording my screen. So as you can see, I have Resolve open and I have the entire movie here. I got my notes here. So I just gotta kind of go through them. There's no good place to start. Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this entire timeline in case I screw anything up. So let's duplicate this timeline. It takes a second to duplicate because it's an hour and 40-minute movie with all the bells and whistles and everything on it. Okay, let's just rename this real quick. 15. Okie dokie. Let's open that up. Cool. I'm just going to close the other timelines up so I don't accidentally mess something up. Okay, right now all my tracks are locked, so I'm going to unlock them so that I can change stuff as and when I need to. And my first note is can close up, remove saturation in shadows. So let's, I think it's this shot that I'm dealing with here. So I'm just going to go over to my color tab and I'm going to take a look at this shot. Let me go full screen with it. Okay, let me loop it. Pop out full screen. Let me just loop that shot. Okay, great. Let me take a look at it. Now this shot has been a lot of this has been really difficult because basically look at the original, okay, and who we're looking at is bartending legend Ken Hall from Las Vegas, and you know, he showed up with a little bit of sunburn, a little bit of razor ash, wearing a red shirt, and the room that we were shooting him in was painted red. So it's like red on red on red on red. So it's been really difficult. I mean, this is kind of where I'm at, but I'm not 1000% happy with it. I feel like somewhere in the shadows, it's, oh, and yeah, look at my node tree. It's insane, okay? So don't judge, but I'm just going to append a node to the end. And I'm going to go in here to the, what is it? The saturation and lightness curve, luma versus sat. So I'm going to go in here and see if I can pull down the low end of saturation. I think that's what's bugging me. I think it's in the low ends, there's a lot of saturation, and I want to kind of knock that out. You can see I'm looking at this spike and I'm bringing that down. Maybe if I widen this, let me have a look. You can see it really cranking up in his shirts there, which is not what we want. We actually want, I think, yeah, let's take that down there a little and bring this over. And then let's do a quick before and after so we can disable that node and look at it. It's not really too much difference. I'm trying to figure out what is it about this shot that's driving me crazy. Let me have a look at full screen. Yeah, I think that's it. It just takes off a little bit of that saturation in the low end there. Let me pull it back a little more and see. Let's experiment a little, move this around. You know, I could just take that down, but that's not going to really help me out. I think I was kind of happy there. Now let me check some of these high tones, because obviously, like if we crank it, we can see what that's affecting. And I think we just need a little roll off there. And let's have a look. Let me crank this the other way to see. You know, at this point I'm just experimenting because I have the image. That's interesting. I have the image where I want the image to be, I think. So these are just like little tweaks, right? Look at that. So this is now, and that was before. It does take a little bit of that edge off. I'm kind of happy with that. So this is before, after. But now I'm wondering if I need to kind of split the difference. So I'm going to go into my Kia here. And I'm using a, oh, maybe I should show you the buttons that I'm pressing and stuff. Maybe if I can set that up so you can see the board. So let me try that back. But what I want to do is have the adjustment on and then just reduce the gain on the Kia, or rather close it all up and then add it and see. I think that's about 50%. So that was before and that was after. And I think that just rolls off a little bit of the harshness of the red that was bothering me. So I think that's cool. Let me see that in context, right? Ooh, take the loop off. Fun fact, once upon a time, I was an ambassador for Barcel Pisco.
Oh, hold on. Why? What is playing? Hold on, I gotta figure some stuff out because I got stuff playing in the background. So let's see, Canon context. Yeah, I'm much happier with that because before it was that, and now it's just that. I know it's really subtle, but I like that. So what I'm going to do now is go and apply that change to all of the close-ups of Ken. So I've actually color coded these clips. So if I go up here and go to clip color, what is it? It's like a line. Perfect. So now we see all the shots of Ken, and I can just copy this last node here. And let's see, I can append and just put it on there. Yeah, that looks much better. You see that? Like before, it's a bit too orange, and that's after. Okay, I think that's really good. Let me just check that against. I wonder if I need to do it on the wide as well. Let me just do a little experiment. No, I kind of like the wide. From that to that looks good. Okay, so here's another close-up, and I'm going to append and paste that node in. That looks great. Append, paste that node in. A little more dramatic on this shot. Maybe roll it off a little more. So I'll take the gain down. Split the difference somewhere there. That looks good. Okay, append, paste. I think this shot is kind of the same as the last one. I just want to add a little bit more color in there. But I'm going to go back and copy this node and just keep going on through all the Ken close-ups. Like this one will make a dramatic difference. There you go. His skin looks more like human skin. And same here, append, paste. That's looking pretty good. Append, paste. I like that. Looks good. Append, paste. Yeah, it's a little too red in that. It's too much saturation in the dark tones. So that's why I use that Luma saturation curve. And that really just kind of fixes that. Awesome. This one looks a bit too harsh. Let me roll it off a little with the key. Looks a little more human. So we go from that to that. Yeah, it looks better. And we can kind of check out how it looks going from the wide shot to the close-up. That looks much better. That's much more in line. Okay. Same with this one. How many shots of Ken do we have? Same here, do the same here, do the same here. Really makes a big difference. But I think this is the way. This is the way. What I'm doing is I'm just judging each shot individually. Like if I need to, like this one, it's a little too much. I'm just rolling it off a little. A lot of shots of this guy. It's looking good. I'm happy with this. Excellent. That's all the Ken shots done. Okie dokie. So what's next on my list? You can take that off the list. Oh, the next thing we got to do. Okay, so this is a little controversial. So the credits, title credits. Let me find them. They're pretty cool, but there's one problem. Is it? Okay, so the very last title card says written, directed, cinematography, and edited by me. And I'm gonna remove this. And the problem is that if you see this, like if you're watching the film and you see written, directed, edited, and cinematography by someone, it looks like amateur shit show hour. You're gonna have this preconceived notion that, wow, how can this film be any good if it's all one person? And it's not all me. I just did 4 things. It's like over 100 people involved in this movie. So it kind of, sets up a negative connotation for the movie. And then the other problem with this is that it's a bit egotistical. Like, even if you don't have a negative connotation about, wow, this is one person shit show, you're going to be thinking, oh my gosh, this person needs to get over themselves. So it already says in the opening titles, a Deborah Richards film. So I don't think it needs to say this here. And in the end credits, I have my credits, but I really don't think I need to have this here. So I'm going to have to find the original plate and all that good stuff and put that in here. So Patrick just showed up, and last night we were supposed to go to the movies together to go watch the Led Zeppelin documentary, but I was just so tired and I just wasn't in the mood. So he's just been telling me all about it, but as you can see, he's doing his customary 5 minutes with Cookie. How you doing today, Pat?
Good. Look at this little baby.
How's Cookie doing?
I think she's doing fine. She's still furry and warm.
Little furry warm dog. Okay, so I gotta find that file, and I'm not even sure where it is, so let's try and find it together. I think it's somewhere in After Effects. Oh, you know what? I did it. I did the opening titles in Blender, so it's not going to be in After Effects. It's going to be in some Blender folder thing. So I'm going to have to go searching. Okay, let's try that. Searching movie, content Blender. This is a clue, Blender. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Renders, where is it? Content. Oh man, I can't even find it. Maybe in stock? It's taking a second for the computer for the hard drive to wake up. Doesn't look like there's anything in stock, or is it just the hard drive waking up? Oh my gosh, where is this thing? Oh, titles. Titles. Excellent. Okay. Stock. Now it's one of these. Oh, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Oh, Cookie's making funny little noises.
But she doesn't want me to leave.
Let me check the movie and see if that's the shot. Yeah, that's the shot. I just have to convert it to this insane color. Okay.
1 minute more.
You're spending 1 more minute with Cookie. Great. Okay, so let me duplicate. Oh, I don't even have to duplicate the file. I can just bring it in directly from here. So let me give it a dot so I can find it. And I'm going to go into Resolve and find it in here. Stock. What was it? Mini. It was one of these two. I don't think it's that one. I think it's this one. Okay. So I'm just going to bring that in. Oops. I'm going to bring it into my master folder. Okay, the mini bubbles. Ah. Did I delete anything by putting it there? That's always the danger, right? Yep, I did. Okay, so we're just going to actually bring this in here. Okay, I'm going to record my screen again so you guys can see what we're doing here. QuickTime. Cancel screen recording. Entire screen. Boom. Okay, so now you guys can see my screen. Okie dokie, so this is the shot that is in question. And let's see where it happens. Ooh. Oh no! A little bit of masking because it goes through that. So we'll have to mask it. Okay, well let's start here. And it needs to be a little bigger. And let me just enable it for right now, and I'm just gonna actually make a cut in the shot below, and maybe I can, if I put an in mark there, maybe I can. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Select that, enable it. Maybe I can copy the color. Spinning beach ball of death, let's see. Or what is it? Shot match to this clip. Perfect. Let's see if it does that. Shot match to this clip. Doesn't seem to be working. Okay, well what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a still of this. I'm going to go over here, I'm going to play it like that, and then I'm going to go on to this one, and I'm going to try and match the color. So let me pull up my scopes so I can kind of see what's going on here. And I'll show you these scopes. So if I unplay the still, you can see the difference in the scopes. So let's see, let's just take the overall color here and move that entirely around. I'm going to twist the hue a bit and see if I can bring it up into this area. Twist it around some more. Let's see. This is interesting. How am I going to get this? I think I need to go into my lift gamma gains in my primaries and maybe just try matching them up here. So let's start with the reds. That's the lift, then we got the gamma here. We can match that up. Okay, and you know what? If I take out all the luminance, then I can actually move each of these up and down without affecting the other colors or the other gamma. It's the gain I want on the green, because the green's up here. Where it wants to come down. Why is it my lumen mix is at 0? Okay, let's round the blues. Okay, reds need to be up there like that, and reds need to be.
Ugh, nasty.
What's nasty? What are you drinking?
I tried this Replenish from 7-Eleven. It's like their version of Gatorade, electrolytes. It's caramel apple. It's disgusting. I mean, I'll drink it, but it's not nice.
Is it Crocodile Dundee said? Tastes like shit, but you can live off it.
Exactly. It's weird tasting.
Okay, let's see. The green's there. Let's do the lift. Bring that down. Bring that to there. Offset. Let's try that. Man, I'm having a hard time with this, getting the color the same. I could go into the blender file. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just go into the blender file and see if I can figure it out from there. Now, this is going to be a bit of a mess because I think when I did this originally, I didn't really know what I was doing with Blender. So let's see if this works. Let's see if I can open up the original title sequence in Blender and fix it from there. So 411, 412, yeah, this is the one I want. Okay. Okay. So let's open up the file if it lets me, because it's kind of old. SAS titles. Local? SAS title blend. Okay, this is going to be a mess of a file, so we're going to have to figure this out. Yeah, this is a mess. I have no idea what we're even looking at. What is this? Let's try different scenes, see if we can find it. Oh my gosh. What a mess. That's the beginning. Launching the free train starring sex. Let's try this one. Oh no, that's the title. Oh man, the whole thing's messed up. Okay. You know what the problem is with matching this with that is the all the yellows being taken into account as well. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to reset this and I'm just going to eyeball it, okay? So basically what I want to do is I want to convert the blue, so I'm going to use a hue versus hue and change the blue into this kind of purpley range. There we go, that's already better. But the white is all purple as well, so how do I get that? Oh guys, I've really messed this up. How am I gonna get this how it was? Let me check Blender again and see if there's another Blender file that let's do open, don't save. Plus titles, Blender, blends. Ah, this might be it. I think I have the wrong blend file. Ah, this might be it, okay.
Alice, just got a message from Alice.
From who?
Alice from Exotico.
Oh, you know way. What do you say?
I said, hi, how are you? And he just started liking that stuff. Maybe he just realized that that's his hand at the beginning of the trailer.
It's kind of famous.
Because he hasn't liked our stuff. We like his stuff.
Oh, I got something crazy to tell you. I have 51 subscribers.
Oh, that's great.
So guys, thank you for watching and subscribing. Be even amazing if you could put some comments down below so we can kind of have a conversation. Bop, bop, bop. Is this? Where is? Man, this is a mess. This is a mess. Let me try opening another blend file. I did this like nearly a year ago now, I think. So, and maybe not a year ago. Do you remember when I did the titles?
No.
It was a while back.
Yeah.
So. What a mess. You know what? I'm just gonna try. Okay, I'm gonna try opening this in After Effects and see if I can use layer styles to get that look, because the white was not white and it almost looked like a layer style, like some kind of inverted color scheme thing. Stock. Is it Blender, Blender Assets, Blender Stock? Yeah, it's the one that has this file. Okay, so that's the file, and I gotta make it look like this. How? I've got an idea. Let's put a black solid behind it. And then let's mess around with the screen modes. Because I feel, oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Here we go. I feel like it might be something like one of these things. Normal. I'm just gotta go through all the different screen modes. Why is this not? Why are these screen modes not screen loading? What's the matter with this? These should be changing the colors. I'm having one of those days where I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, now it is. Okay. Let's see. Alpha. I feel like it's one of these screen modes that'll get us in the ballpark. Maybe this black solid needs to be white. Saturation, hue, divide. No, this is not. Oh, that's interesting. Divide, subtract. That's kind of what it felt like. That's interesting. Okay, this is interesting. Let's try and purple it up a bit. We want that nice kind of rich pinky purple. Let's make that the underlying thingy, and now let's try going through these different screen modes. That's interesting. How did I make this? Ooh. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We might be onto something here. That's not bad, but I kind of like the way the liquid was blue. How did I make the liquid blue? So, let me keep going through these different modes, because I feel like one of them is going to work. That's interesting. That is interesting because that changed the color of the liquid. Ooh, that's interesting. These are fun, right? Let's go through them. Divide. Subtract. Oh wow, that looks like blood. That's crazy. That looks like something from The Shining. Ooh, this is interesting. Hard mix, because the bubbles are blue, and It's kind of what we want, but it's not entirely working. I wonder if we have to do this with a couple of layers. That's interesting. That's probably the closest we've got to it, but the blue isn't blue enough. So maybe we can start here and build on that. Let's try that. Let's start here and build on that. Let's see if we can get the blues more blue. How are we going to do this? Let's try it with some curves. Let's go into effects, curves. Let's go straight to the blue curves. Make the blues darker maybe. Is that making blues lighter? I can't even remember. Oh my gosh, it's not really doing anything. What was that other one I really liked? Was it Silhouette Luma? No. Luminosity, I think. Luminosity looks good. But that's not the one I wanted. What was it? Oh my gosh. Silhouette Luma? No. Silhouette Alpha? Now I'm going to go through all of them again. Okay, so this I like, but I want to turn the darkness into blue. Huh. I wonder if we export that and then bring that into Resolve. And then, because I like the color controls in Resolve, obviously. Let's just try doing that real quick. Unless I duplicate this. Let's see what happens if I duplicate that and then choose a different vibe. Ooh. Now we're getting somewhere. That's more like it. I feel like the saturation overall is way up. So let me bring the saturation down. Let me just actually open up a Lumetri. Lumetri color. What should we do? Let's bring the saturation down a little. Oh, but then we lose all the blue. Okay. If we crank the saturation up, we get more of that blue. Let's see if the temperature can maybe get us more in the range that we're trying to get to. Ooh, yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Now that's starting to look like that original. I feel like the blues are too dark though, but this is good. Yeah, I think we can work with this. I'm going to export this out and bring this into Resolve. Oh, Patrick, I meant to tell you, I think I fixed Ken Hall.
How so?
Well, it's just a, let me show you. One of my notes was to take down the saturation in the red saturation in the low tones down on his close-ups.
The saturation in the red down on the head and shoulder shots?
Only in the lows. In the low tones.
In the lows, okay. So not in the mediums or highs.
Well, you tell me because you got fresh eyes, okay? So, before,
Okay,
after.
go back.
A, B.
Yeah, it's better.
A,
Just in the lows, yeah.
B.
Yeah, perfect. It's better.
Instead of that. It's
Yeah.
just a small change.
It's just a small change, but it works.
Okay, great.
It's not as red.
He's not as beetroot. Okay, so let me bring in, let me export this and bring it into, I haven't used After Effects in a while, so I'm already forgetting how to use it. Okie dokie, and I'm gonna make this a, how do I want to bring it in, just as a quick time. ProRes 422 HQ, format options, I'm just going to bring it in as ProRes 4444 so that I get all the goodness of all the color. And now I've got to pick a place. Put it in content, stock, and save it. Right now. It's kind of a long clip, and I only need a couple seconds of it, but let's start here and see what happens.
Oh, in coffee we trust. So yeah, 51 subscribers as of today. Thank you guys. That's amazing. You know, I don't know if it's just friends who are liking and subscribing and they're not watching, or if people are actually watching. But if you're watching, good on you. God bless you. So what do we got going on today?
Exotico. She just texted us.
Who?
Danielle.
Oh, is she coming over?
Remember? Yeah, she's coming over Thursday, but I don't know. I haven't read the text yet. I'm in the middle of this. I'm getting back to Ellis. Thank you.
So what's your focus? Oh, you're doing the Google ads today, aren't you? Oh yeah.
Documentary.com. I need to do. I sent this stuff to Italy to your sister that she's gonna send to Italy.
Man, it's taking a long time too.
Yeah, Ellis says he wants to pre-order.
Oh, great. Well, we're not stopping him.
Yeah, I just told him. Yeah, I gave him more instructions. I gave him the website. Which is funny because every one of our posts mentions.
I know.
But see, there you go. You have to tell people.
You have to tell people 5 times. Like and subscribe, like and subscribe.
He's liking all of us.
Okay, so that sound means it's done. So let's bring that in. Where is it? Content, stock. Okie dokie, let's, this should be good. Cool. Excellent. So let me, there it is. Okay, so we're just going to replace that shot with that shot.
Should be over here from 1 to 3.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
So we're gonna grab the still from this, which is the original, and we're gonna post that, and it's not far off. That's looking pretty good, guys, but we can do some adjustments here to really get it in there. So now I think, well, let me open up my waveforms. Yeah, it's not far off. Okay, so we need to bring, like, I think this purple, let me go to my, hue versus luminance for the purple, so we can kind of match up the darkness of it. Yeah, about there. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's try the saturation and see if. Oh, that looks really good. Now it's the blues that look a little insane. So let's go to saturation of our blues and maybe bring them down a little. Maybe the luminance of the blues we can darken up. Oh my gosh, this is getting really good. Really matching it. Check out that. Matching that to that. Looks pretty good, right?
Looks really good. Let me do the accounting right now.
Okie dokie, I think we're cooking with gas. Let me put that away. Oh no, what happened? Do not tell me Resolve just... It crashed. I think probably because I'm recording the screen. So let me stop recording, reboot it, and make those little tweaks again. Okay guys, got this back up and running and back to speed. So let's take a look. So what I want to do now is, this clip is actually longer than the original clip, so I just kind of want to match it. So I'm going to reduce the opacity and then kind of find out where it matches. Is that not? Is it zoomed in?
Something like that. I think it might be something like that. Okie dokie. Let's put the opacity back up. I'm not over the moon with how this looks because it looks a little, we've lost the detail in the blues. I think I gotta go back to After Effects and tweak it there first. That's annoying. Luckily it's still open. And I think this could be because I just really, really cranked the saturation on this top layer. I think maybe if I just do it to about there. Okay, let me export that again. And I'm going to do all the same settings. We're going to do QuickTime, 4444. We'll give it the same name, but just put a 2 in front so I can find it easy. Export, render. Every day I'm rendering. And this is why it takes a long time to make a movie, because there's like a gazillion and one things you have to do. Okay, I just got some coffee, and let's try this again. 3rd time's the charm. So let's get rid of that. I'll do a screen recording so you guys can see. QuickTime. Cancel. New screen recording. Boop, boop. Okay, cool. So you guys can see what I can see. So it was really all this detail in the blue that it was just kind of getting jumbled, and I wasn't a big fan of that. So that's why I just re-rendered it out again from After Effects with the saturation rolled off the blues. And let's see, where is it? Stuck. Okay, too many bubbles. That's the one. Bring it in. Excellent. Too many bubbles here. Let's put it up. Oh, I don't want to delete anything by putting it there. I guess I can just throw it in here. Okay, so that is instantly looking better. Let me expand that. Let's go back to color. And again, we're going to grab that original and play it next to it. So now we got to match those colors again. So we'll start off with the magenta luminance because it's kind of darker. Oh, it's about there. That looks very good. And then we'll do the magenta saturation until it's about yay. Cool. Make sure the magenta hue is exactly the same. That looks good. Now on the blues, let's bring them down in color a little. Let's take a little bit of saturation off the blues. I think that looks pretty good. Let's get rid of the play still. Let's see how that plays.
I hope we don't have more prize winners in Europe.
So every Sunday we give away swag on the 1905 Films Insider mailing list. So you can sign up at 1905films.com. And someone won a T-shirt from Italy the other day, and because of
Trump's tariffs,
because of political tariffs from one country against another and stuff, it's not economical for us to send something to Italy, so we have to send it to England to my sister, and then she mails it on.
so yeah, I sent it to England.
Mystery hand.
I hope we have no more winners in the EU, but at the same time, it's great having fans waiting for this movie all around the world, because they're all around the world. People are saying, "How can I sign up? How can I order it?"
So that's kind of some of the daily headaches that Patrick goes through as a producer.
Money, 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 money.
Money, 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 money. Okay, so this is looking good, guys. I'm happy with this. So now I'm going to do that same trick I did earlier with the opacity, and I'm just going to try and match the shot best I can, obviously. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. 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 Let
bigger. That looks pretty cool. Let's try that. So I don't need what's underneath. And I can make this go full. And let's have a look at that. Maybe it's the contrast that's bothering me. Ooh. Yeah, this is interesting. This is a tricky one. I wish I could find the original blend, because that's what I really need. I'm going to spend some time looking for the original blend. I'm not going to bore you guys with this, because it's just like me plugging in and plugging out of Blender, going through a ton of files, and I have to find this, because this is driving me insane. Okay, so I'm thoroughly frustrated. I've opened up what I believe was the original Blender file for this project, and the scene that was specific to this title card is messed up, so I have to kind of rebuild it. So let me position you guys over here, and I'll share my screen, and we can take a look at it. Okay, so this is, I know this is it because the audio. Oh, no, it's not. Hold on. It's the next one. Is it the next one? Nope. Oh, boy. I thought I had it, and now I've lost it. Which one is it? Is it, oh, my Lord. That's it. That's the one. I can tell because the audio. Okay. So what the jeez is going on here? Okay, let's see. 12 is that. 13 is the one I want. Lucky 13. Go figure. What is... Okay, I think I just want to copy this. Select hierarchy, copy objects, and then I'm going to go into scene 13, I think. Yeah, it was 13 that I just said, right? This, and maybe I can just paste it in here. Paste objects. Okay, so there's my background. But I need the bubbles. So what I can do is I can actually duplicate this background. Where's my duplicate button? Where's my duplicate button? How's that not working? I'm just having one of those days today. Edit, duplicate. Why can't I duplicate? Duplicate objects. There we go. It's been a while since I used Blender. Uh-oh. Now it's free, so I'll just do that. Okie dokie. So now what I want to do is create a new material and just drag and drop that bubble thing into my Blender. Okay, so that's this. So I'm just going to connect that to that, and we should have some bubbles. Okay. No idea how I did this in the first place, so trying to recreate it here is a little tricky. You know, okay. Okay, so that's kind of what we want, but it's in the wrong place, so I'm just going to move it on a y-axis. It's interesting. Okay. And make it smaller. I believe it's upside down as well. So let me rotate this. It's been ages since I've used Blender. But I love Blender. Blender is the most amazing thing in the world, ever. Wow, it's windy outside.
Yes, really windy, yeah.
Okay, so we're kind of getting there, but now the colors are wrong. That looks good. Maybe move it down on the z-axis. Okay, so now how the hell did I get those colors? Let's see, what is this spotlight? What is this spotlight? Power up this light, 500 megawatts, boom. Okay, well that gets us somewhere. That kind of gives us a clue. Let's do 50 megawatts. Can we make the size bigger? Okay, that's good, but... Okay, so we're kind of getting there. I feel like... maybe if I reduce the alpha a little? No, that's not really going to do it. Maybe the clue is in this light. Let's bring down the power of it. Oops, I made it stronger. Let's do 25. A bit better. Let's go 20. Let's do 10 megawatts. Ish. Ah, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How do we... I kind of like this, but I think we need to animate the liquid going up, because I think that's what it was originally. So let's try doing that. Let's select that plane and put a keyframe here in the first frame. And then let's slowly move it up on the z-axis. Put a keyframe there, let's take a look at that. I think we can maybe even lower it a little on the first. Okay, I'm going to save this before it all goes wrong. Before it all goes a bit Pete Tong. Now the problem is the color. So let's jump into this plane here and see if we can we've got the hues. Let's do 0.8, let's see what happens. Very purpley. Let's see what happens with the saturation and the brightness. I think this might be good enough to take it the rest of the way in Resolve, because we got the frame, we have the animation. It's just that base color that's wrong. And I'm pretty sure it's because of this light. So let's see what we can do. I think we got it. I think we got it, guys. Look at this. Yeah, buddy. That's much more like, not that, because that's all wrong, but more like that. Oops. Here we go. That. Cool. I think we're getting there. Yay, Blender. Let me just look at the original again. Okay, it looks like the bubbles are coming up through the whole thing. And on this one, it looks like the bubbles are coming up from the right. So let's Let's see if we can just move it over a little. Let's see. Let's move it over on the. Is it the y-axis? No, the x-axis. Oh, but then it's not. It's not quite right there. Let's see if we start the beginning frame at a different frame. Let's start at 100. Let's try even more. Let's do 200. Let's try 300. Let me take these keyframes out real quick. And let's just make this a little bigger. Move it over. GZ, we'll start down here. GX. Okay, that's pretty good. Put a keyframe in there. And we'll move it up. GZ, and we'll put another keyframe in here. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Like Christmas. You know what I think I want to do? I actually want to make it bigger by the end. So I can get more of those bubbles across. Let's just try that as an experiment. Yeah, I like that. That's more of an interesting, because the bubbles are coming over now. Let me see if I did it even bigger and move it over even more. Let's take a look at that. I think we're there. Okay, so now I have to export this out of Blender, bring it into Resolve, take it that final mile on the color. So let's do that. Let's go to our outputs here, and we're gonna have to output this as a sequence. Let's see, Shaking the Stir, the movie, titles. Let's do a little thing here and call it renders. Boop boop, shot final, yep, sure. Okay, we're gonna do this as open EXR multi-layer, and we're gonna go DWAA Droit Lossy. Don't ask me what that means, I just know that this is the best way to export it to retain the majority of the color data. So now we've got a place to put it, we've picked out the file and everything. I guess now we just render it. Render animation. Okay. And now it's going to go through it. 102 frames. It's already on frame 3. So that's going to do its little thing for a minute. Then we'll bring it into Resolve. Hopefully put the final touch of color on, then we're going to do some masking, and then hopefully we can be done with this shot, because I'm supposed to be coloring, and this isn't technically coloring, this is just replacing a title card, but as you can see I've had to do a lot of color on it. So let's come back to this in a second when it's finished cooking. And we're back. Okay, so Blender has Blender has blended that out. So
I'm going to bring it into resolve. And the big question is, where the hell did I put it in the first place? Oh, I remember. Shipping the stored master, content. No. Blender. No. Titles. There we go. And here it is, as an image sequence. So I can bring that in. Here it is. Okie dokie. Some interesting things going on with the color, but overall it's kind of cool looking. It's like way more saturated than the original. Let me try something real quick. Let me put a LUT on this, a linear to gamma. There we go. That's a little bit more like the original looks. So the linear to gamma 2.2 curve converts it from that multi-layer EXR Dwar lossy to the right color space. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, don't ask me what any of those words actually mean. Just do as I do and you'll get the same results. Okay. So, now we can grab that original still and once again start getting this into shape. But now we're in the zone. So first of all, let's do the magenta luminance. That's about there. Okay, let's do the magenta saturation. That's about there. Let's look at the hue of the blue. It seems like it was a little darker, so I'm going to do hue versus luminance for the blue and bring it down a bit more into that range. And maybe take the saturation off the blue a little as well. Make it look a little bit more serious. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Look, it doesn't look great like that. I think at this point now I just gotta eyeball it because we want it to pop. So I know it's a bit of the saturation down. Let's see the hue. Actually, let me make a new node and do the overall color. Let's see. There we go. There we go. That's kind of more like the original. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. There's that one and that one. Okay, so the magenta saturation is obviously way too high. So let's pull that back. And now I think overall it's just a little dark. So I'm going to add another node at the end and bring the overall into here. Now what? It's bothering me on this shot. I think it looks pretty cool. Oh, you know what? Let's take the luminance of the purple up a little and let's work the contrast a bit. And find a good pivot point. I like that. I think that is, it's got a little more saturation overall than the original. So maybe just take the final saturation down overall. There we go. That's probably pretty close. Close enough. I mean, like, I don't have to match it. At the end of the day, it's my movie. I can do what I want. But I think that's close enough so that to the point where I'm not stressed about, oh my gosh, it looks so different. Interesting. Still not satisfied, guys. Okay, so I just realized we have a problem. The clip isn't long enough, so I gotta go back into Blender and re-render it out. Oh my gosh, this shot is driving me insane. Let me re-render it. Ah! Okie dokie, it's rendered out. So So what do we got here? So we got to bring it in again to resolve. 5th time's the charm. Let's bring in that compensation LUT, the linear to gamma 2.2. Boop, done. Let's, I think we want to crank up the contrast. Oh, not too much. That maybe saturation. Kind of looks cool. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go with that for now. Let's move on. We can delete that. Now we've got a nice long clip here. But what has to happen now? Oh, am I recording the screen for you guys? Let me see. Oh, I forgot. I'm not recording the screen. I'm going to record it so you guys can see better what I'm seeing. New screen recording. Boop, boop. Okay. Okay. But the problem is this. The next thing we got to contend with is the shot that precedes it. There's actually like a zoom that goes shoom, like that. So we gotta mask this little triangle out. So it starts there. Okay. So what we got to do to this node is we got to create an alpha output, which is basically a transparency. So now if I do like a mask on that and invert it, anything in that hole will be the track underneath and it'll come through. So, but that's not what I want. I want a triangle. So I'm going to turn that off and boopity boopity boop. 1, 2, 3, boop. And then we're going to invert that. Now this is the tricky part, okay? So we're going to go to our tracker and I believe we're going to add a keyframe in here. Add a keyframe. Now I'm going to go 1 frame before. Okay, and that entire mask, I'm just going to move out of frame and add a keyframe. So hopefully now it'll go from that to, oh, why didn't it do it? Okay, let's try that again. Maybe because we were on the clip instead of the frame. So I'm going to add a keyframe here, and then literally 1 frame before, I'm going to move that whole mask up here and add another keyframe. Therefore, while this thing is playing, it will just stay up there until we need it to be where it needs to be. I don't know why it's drifting down here. I'll just move it up and I'll create a keyframe. And as long as it's out of this shot, it's probably there's probably a better way of doing this, but you know, at the end of the day, all that matters is what's on frame. What's going on outside of the frame, nobody really cares. Okay, so cool. So let's see, we're going to go from there to this. I'm just going to hand animate this because it's pretty simple. Excellent. And the next one is that. So we're gonna animate this. Okie dokie smoky. Looks good. And the next one's gonna be over here. No reason why I'm looking at it so small. I guess I'm looking at it small so I can kind of get the perspective right. And then this will be the whole thing, so we can just make this really big.
Now we have
Done.
in January we had a GoDaddy expense for the domain name FLAIRdocumentary.com, 1 year renewal. But we also had a charge for $35.15 this month, and another charge for $42.16 from GoDaddy.
They might have been other URLs. Let me finish doing what I'm doing, and then I can look at that for you in a little bit.
Sure.
But it sounds like one is probably the website monthly cost, and the others might be
Yeah, we'll find out.
yeah. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to soften this window just a little bit so it's not so brutalist. Okay, and now if we play that, it should beautiful. And there we are, that's that done. Finally, yay! Awesome. Okay, so I can now unenable that. Unenable. Is that word? Unenable? Disable.
Disable.
Thank you. Unenable that. Actually, I'm going to just keep that around for reference for some other time. And these two tracks I should probably just move down. So.
And touch more.
Now I'm wondering if I should just make this a little bigger in general and push it over a bit. And the reason why is there's just something bugging me on the top left-hand corner of the frame. I think I'm good with that. Patrick, do you have a look?
1 second. SAS posters, 286.
He's always making me wait.
Okay.
I know.
I can think right at my feet.
Yeah, look. So this is, you know how I said I was going to take my name off the last title card?
Uh-huh.
I had to completely rebuild that last title card. So it's going to zoom in through the A on AJ, I believe, and it's going to go into the last title card, and it's just going to be that.
So not you with everything.
That was good, right?
Yeah, that's good.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good.
Nice ending to the title sequence?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where you're trying to match it.
Huh?
That's why you're trying to match the previous one.
Yeah, because the previous one was, hey, look, the previous one was that.
Yeah, I remember.
And now we have this, which is a little different, but have another look at it and tell me if you think anything's weird about it.
Well, I think it should say directed by it, don't you think?
Well, it already says a film by Deborah at the beginning, so. You think it should say directed by it?
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that's a whole nother.
Yeah, I know, but forget, you know, okay, no, you know. That's usually the way. Yeah, you need to have directed by, yeah. Honestly. A film by Deborah Richards, yeah, but.
So it should say directed by. Oh boy, we're going back into Blender, guys.
But you don't have like the original files and stuff now. I mean, like.
Well, I've rebuilt half of it, so now all I have to do is put my name in there, and then we're back to square one, and then we're back to normal, I think. Let me do that. Let me go in here and
Now there was some text in here. Why can't I find the text of my name? Let me save this and see if it's in a different file. Oh, you know what? There is this one. Maybe I could. So weird, none of the text can I find. Is this because it's a new version of Blender and for some reason I don't have these text files? I literally, like, this text, it just doesn't exist. Does text exist on any of these? Slate 1. Okay, so we definitely have text here. Let me see if I can just copy this text and then bring it into the other thing. Paste objects. Boom. Okay, so we've got something pasted in here. Okay, well, it's a start. We can start working on this. It's a bit weird, but it's a start. So let's start by getting the right text, because this is not the right text. Let me see. I can't believe that I've lost all the text. What is this? So weird, I've just lost all the text. Let me see how it originally said my name in the titles, and I can try and maybe match that a bit. Okay, so it's all very, very yellow. Why is this is so frustrating. I wish you had that note hours ago, Pat. But it's all good. Okay, let's get texty text.
I thought you were going to take like all the other stuff off.
I did.
Director.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Just leave director, yeah.
Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Okay, text. How do I get into it? I can't even remember. Is it, do I have to go into edit mode? Ah, yeah, I have to go into edit mode. Okay, so let's start with my name. Okay, that's a good place to start. My name. Okay, but I'm not a big fan of all these keyframes, so I'm just going to move them around. Let's bring that forward. Also, I don't think is it level? Yeah, I guess it is level. Okay, so let's bring that upstage. Aha! Now we're getting somewhere, because it just came into the light. Okay, maybe we'll make it small. Let's find out where it is. Okie dokie, there it is.
was pretty cool. What do you think about the zoom pad? It was kind of a bit of a mistake, but like the text coming in like that, or do you think it should just already be there because it goes into it?
What's the one before it? Is the all executive producers?
Yeah, it's the James Bondy one.
Yeah. Okay.
So it goes from the
Yeah.
like. Should it be like
Lindsay's shadow?
Should my name just already be there?
Yeah,
or
it should
it,
already be there.
It should just already be
should.
there. Yeah.
So it is,
Okay, so what is making that do that? I think that's the camera. Let's have a look at it from the side. Where is my camera?
I love how your camera guy friend got the James Bond reference.
Yeah.
you
Yeah, I
can't
really
be
love that.
Because you can't be sure people know that anymore, you know? So,
Yeah. Well, he's probably similar age to us, so. Okay, so I think we can just delete this keyframe from the camera, delete keyframe, and then we're just there. Excellent. Okie dokie smoky. Now we're cooking with gas. So now I've just got to do a little thing just above it saying directed by me.
So that 40 cents and 80 cents from Vimeo OTT that you got paid back, that was like your testing, so you just paid yourself back after the test.
I didn't pay myself, no.
Oh, that was coming in. Okay, yeah.
Okay, let me give this name DR, my initials, and then I think I'm just gonna duplicate the layer, right? So duplicate objects, and then we'll move that up in space there, and then we can go into our edit, and now we can change what it says. In theory. Why can't
Excuse me.
I? Oops. Oh, okay. Okay, directed by, and we'll make that smaller. Whoa, what's going on there? Obviously something's going on there. Let's check the camera. Yeah, it's probably the camera. There's a lot of movement here, so we'll delete those.
I see you tried the popcorn.
I did try, that's what I had for dinner last night. Popcorn was for dinner. I was like, if I'm not going to the movies, at least I'm going to eat the popcorn.
It was exactly the crowd you expected for the Led Zeppelin movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see, where are we? Okay. So, these two texts, they seem to have some keyframe or something's going on with the camera or keyframes. I think it's the camera. Something's going on with the camera. So like, if we can force the camera to stay where it is by just going to the end of this sequence and adding another keyframe there. Yay, that's it. Okay. Now let's see how that looks compared to the so that would be like so here's another title card with our composer Roland on it. And yeah, I think it's fine. Patrick, take a look at this. Tell me what you think. Hold on, I'm just going to delete these. X, delete. One,
Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yes.
So yeah, that's all you need.
Okay, let's render it out. See what happens. Render, animation, rendering. Every day I'm rendering. Okay, I'm gonna stop that screen recording and take a break. Yay! Okay, so that's rendered out from Blender, and I just brought it into Resolve. Yeah, it's so funny. I bounce back between programs so often that sometimes I literally forget what program I'm in. I just press all the buttons and see what happens. So we can take a look at the new title card. Okie dokie, guys. All right, so I can cross that off my list and get to the next shot. So let me set that up and see what's going on. Boop, 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 boop. Let's get my notes up. Lordy, 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 I can remove that note. Okay, next one. Alright, so we have one of the stars of the movie, Colby Ashton, and his interview on the wide shots.
That was I was like,
Still, to me, the skin color looks a little bit off, so let me work on that next. Okay, let's do a screen recording so you can see what I'm seeing. Insert QuickTime again. Oops, we don't need that. Close. And we're going to do a new screen recording. I can't speak today. New screen recording. Screen recording. Screen recording. Okay.
but I wanted to see it.
Okay, you can see, so this is Colby, and you can see we have an insane node tree here. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to check his skin color, because it kind of looks a little off to me. So all I'm going to do here is put on a mask. I'm just going to put this on his head, like something like yay. Okay, and now we're just going to highlight that. Now if I bring up my scopes and I reset my vector scope, reset view, and I show the skin tone indicator, let me 2 times this because there's not a lot of color information there. Okay, so we have, close that up a little. Okay, so this, I don't know if you guys can see this. This color should be more on this line because that's actually the skin line. So let me see if I can just on this node kind of bring it back more to that. Now let's take the highlight off and see what that looks like. Obviously it's just doing it to one bit of the skin, so let's take that off. Okay, so we're more in line with where we want to be, but the problem is it really messes up the rest of the color and it still doesn't look right. It's so weird. I'm having a hard time with his skin because there's a lot of conflicting colors and stuff in this. Let me see if I can do it with just the white balance. Let's try putting a little thing on his skin again here. I just want to take a sample of his skin. Let's highlight that. Let's just try moving the white balance to bring it into the skin line. That's quite dramatic. So when I take the highlight off, there might be some crazy colors going on here. Exactly. So how are we going to fix this, guys? Because his skin is probably more correct here than here. Very tricky, tricky, tricky. Let's try this. Let's just try selecting his skin and seeing if we can get a skin selection going. I worry that there's so many other colors in the shot that it's going to make life difficult here. Okay, let's try that, and then we'll put our mask on again. Okay, we'll bring up our scopes, And we'll bring the white balance to line up that skin tone with the bloodline. Now let's take off that, and we can take off the highlights. It's pretty extreme. The skin's gone pretty extreme from that to that. Let's see what would happen if I take the gain down and we kind of split the difference, because to begin with it was that, but we want it more in this range. So, okay, let's see. Let's take it all off and slowly add it in.
The starting goalie at a competition.
See, before it was more like that, and after it's more like that, which is adding more yellow into it. I guess we could pump it up a little
And
more.
like obviously
Let me see that in context, because it's all about context, right?
a little conceited, but to me it's just fun. I played baseball, I wanted to
And you see, before it was more like that, which is almost like a kind of magenta hue on the skin, and that is more in line with skin tones that we're looking for. But I am concerned about the selection. I want to sharpen up the selection for the skin. So we're going to go into our qualifiers. I'm going to start with hue. And again, what we're trying to do is just get all the skin. I'm just basically going to go through these one at a time to try and get rid of stuff that isn't Colby. Okay, we go along the line. Now we go luminance, so we can select by luminance. Okay, next matte finesse, pre-filter. Get rid of some of this stuff. Blur it a little, it's always good to blur. The selection, okay. Now it looks very yellow. And the background looks a little crazy yellow too. But like we said earlier, we can roll this off a bit. And that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That was before, which kind of looked weird. And that's, so before, after, maybe dial it off a little more. There we go. Patrick, could I borrow your fresh eyes to take a look at something, please?
Sure.
So I was concerned that the shots of Colby kind of looks a little magenta to me.
Yeah,
the
it
skin
does.
tone, right? So my correction is that.
That's better.
It looks better, right?
Yeah, it looks better.
See it in context with the shot before and
Yeah.
see if it's jarring.
Okay.
a little conceited, but to me it's just fun. I played baseball, I wanted to
Yeah, because I think the saturation's too much.
So let's take saturation down on this line.
There.
Yeah?
Just a little bit. Yeah. Now go back from the shot before.
a little conceited, but to me it's just fun. I played baseball,
Yeah.
I wanted to
I think it looks good.
That looks good?
Yeah.
Okie dokie, we got one.
And the saturation made it look a little bit different.
Yeah.
when I played baseball, I wanted to be like the best guy on the team.
And one thing we can do, because of this, we've got all this mess here. I guess one thing we could do is put a gradient on it, just to we turn it this way, and then that way we can kind of get rid of all that stuff. Oh, I don't like the way bits of his head are disappearing there. So on the qualifying, maybe if I pump up the blur a little. There we go. Alright, let's see what that looks like.
When I played baseball, I wanted to be like the best guy on the team. When I played baseball.
So before, after. And if we highlight and look at the vector scope to see the bloodline, it's way more in the pocket. Like if we crank that up, it's right there. I wonder if we should like twist it a little and then move it up a bit. Twist it a little, move it up a bit, get it right on that skin line. Now obviously there's way too much in there now, so now I can kind of back it off, but I'll do that one without the highlight on so I can find that sweet spot for it. So that's like none, that's full, and we're just going to kind of get it down to about something that looks natural in the middle there. And the reason why this is on this screen is like usually I have this on one of my other screens like that, but you wouldn't be able to see it. So let's take a look at that.
When I played baseball. A little conceited, but to me it's just fun. When I played baseball, I wanted to.
I wonder if it's still a little too saturated.
Be like.
Check my screen. Yeah, no, it's in there. Let me add the saturation back in and roll it off. I think that was pretty good.
When I played baseball, I wanted to be like the best guy on the team.
Let's roll off some of the red. No. Oh, that's hue versus hue. Actually, that might be good for the yellow. Cause it's kind of just experimenting with the yellow hues in here. Let's experiment.
If I was playing hockey,
Okay.
I'm gonna be the starting goalie.
Okay, so I think I'm good on this, but I need to rest my eyes and take a break because my eyes are going a little crazy now. Okay, it's time to get back to these notes. Let's see what's next. Okay, the next one is Jerry Thomas B-roll square saturate more. And again, let me record my screen so you can really see what I'm doing. QuickTime Player, cancel, new screen recording.
Oh, I think it's under contact.
Boop, boop. Okay, so I'm recording my screen. So the next shot in question is this one, and I don't feel like it's the yellow is saturated enough. I really want this to pop. So I'm just going to go to my hues versus saturation and crank up that yellow. That's better. That's more exciting. Okay, that's that note done. Easy peasy. Done. Okay, Lorenzo introducing his garage, maybe a gradient from the left to balance out the exposure. Okay, so let's go find that shot. I believe it is this shot.
Just turning this garage into my practice area.
Okay, I think.
Tied everything up so I don't.
Okay, so if we take a look at this shot, it's not bad. It's just a little hot on the left. So I think. Was it this one or was it? Yeah, this was more of a let's experiment real quick. Let's create a node, make a gradient. I'm gonna whack the gradient down so I can really see what I'm doing, so I can see where it needs to be. And I'm thinking something like this, just to let's reset that and then reset that and then kind of take it down all the exposure on that. Let's see. That looks kind of good. Before it was that, now it's that. Let's have a look here. So without, with.
Just turning this garage into my practice area. Just padded everything up so I don't mess up the walls.
Yeah, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Instead of that. Now, whenever I do something super extreme like this, I always like to roll it off just a little on the
what do you call it, on the key. Okay, let's introduce, so that's that note. I think I wanted to try maybe doing something very similar with the next shot as well. So I'm just going to copy this node, go into this shot, append it to the end of the node tree, which is, disgustingly bad node tree, but we're not going to tell anyone. Okay, that immediately looked better. Okay, instead of that, we're there. Okay, that immediately looked better. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Nice.
I used to work at a speakeasy for a very long time.
So that looks good. Okay, next note. Crushing it. Lindsay, close up. I was very overwhelmed. Her face is dark compared to the previous shot. Let me see what the timestamp was on that. 15:28. 15:28. You have a look on the timeline. 15:28.
I'm going to add you as an administrator to the Google Ads because you want us to do that.
To Google Ads. That reminds me, do we have an AdSense account?
No.
Okay, you sure?
AdSense?
A Google AdSense account?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're not paying for it.
We don't pay for an AdSense account. I don't think.
What are we doing here? I was very overwhelmed.
Okay, these are the shots I was talking about. This one looks great. It's the next shot that I'm concerned about.
What are we doing here? I was very overwhelmed.
Yeah, her skin tone compared to the last shot is a little dark in the midtones. So we're gonna go there. So I'm just gonna add something to the end here. And the easiest thing to do is literally just bring up the midtones a little, just tiny bit like that. And I think that's all it needed, really. Let's see.
What are we doing here? I was very overwhelmed.
Yeah, perfect. That's all it needed. Crushing this list now. Okay, so the first couple shots were really difficult, but now we're in a groove. Next, 15:12, exterior sunset. This shot. We were talking about whether we want to reshoot this shot, because I'm not a big fan of this shot. It's pretty bad, but I mean, it's real, and this is a documentary, and this shot, we shot the day that we were doing this interview at that location. So I think my main concern is it's a little murky down here in the bottom. So I'm going to try and bring out some of that detail in that lower half. And if I can't, we're thinking about reshooting it with a drone shot. Maybe even today. We'll see. So let me see what I can do here. It's a tricky one. Let's start with some kind of mask, I think. Just on this, horizon line. Because the bit we really want to affect is this bottom bit. And we can tell the tracker to track this. There's not a lot of movement in this shot, but as you can see, there's a little movement. So, okay. So now, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can... It's not a great shot to begin with, that's the problem. Let me go to my curves. Oh, let me go full screen here, so... Oh no. Duh, just go to the curves. Let's see if we put a bit of an S-curve on it, and we can maybe get some more detail out of it. Not a great shot. Let me soften up that window. That's a little bit better, but still not a great shot.
What if we try sharpening that? Oop, wrong way. There we go. There we go. We got some sharpening going on here. Not bad. Okay, so that was before. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Let me roll that off a bit, because like I said, I always like to, whatever effects I put on, I always like to roll it off just a little, because in the moment I get excited and I'm like, oh, this looks good.
Okay, they said that their red carpet, Beverly, is 6 feet.
Uh-huh.
They suggest we get another one,
Yeah.
but they're not offering us to use.
No, I don't think they have another
Yeah,
one.
okay, yeah, so we'll get another one, okay.
That's what I remember the Beverly telling us.
Yes.
So that's good enough for now. Let's move on. Let's take that note out. And I'll ask Patrick his opinion on that shot later and see if we need to reshoot it. Okay, 1712, picture of Colby needs a little life in the skin. Let's have a look. 1712. Ah, this shot. Yeah, this shot is needs just a little bit of life in the skin. That was my note. So what I'm going to do here, again, I'm going to use the curves, but the luminance saturation curve, so that I can literally just bring in a little saturation in the highlights. And we can take a look at, so it was that before and it's that after. It's just a little skin, but I'm going to roll it back a little because I always do that. Okay, that's that note. Done. Okay, 1951. It says Colby looks a little red in his talking head.
Just because FLAIR guys want to go out and.
No, I think it was good. Maybe. Yeah, that was good. It's weird because sometimes you'll fix a shot, but then in context, next to other shots, it might look wrong. It's weird how color plays on your mind like that. I mean, the goal of the ethos or the mantra while coloring this is to make everything look natural and consistent. But I can see how this is a little out of place. I think we just need a little brightening up of mid-tones in his face. Maybe it's the low tones, yeah. Let's just boost the low. Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's look at the previous clip.
What's up? What can I get you? The Bartender Shakedown 2022 coming up here in West Palm Beach. It's a completely different animal than any other competition out there. And I think it scares a lot of people away just because FLAIR guys want to go out and...
You see, when it goes from that last shot to this shot, he looks really weird and yellow. Patrick, could you borrow your eyes, please?
Sure.
Watch this shot and then going into the talking head next.
It scares a lot of people away just because FLAIR guys want to go out and
Does
just...
he look weird or does he look natural?
Go back, go back.
different animal than
Looks okay
any
there.
other competition.
Yeah,
out
that's
there.
fine.
And I think it
That's
scares
the
a lot of
talking
people
head that
away
I'm
just
worried about.
because FLAIR guys want to go out and just put on a FLAIR show.
A little better, but it's just something a little bit off.
Yeah, what is off about it?
Maybe still a bit too. No, not blue. I don't know. It's not. It's
What is it about? Is it the
I-
yellow? Is it the yellow
I
saturation?
think,
Was
I
it
think
the
it's
yellow
yellow. I
saturation?
think it's the yellow saturation. Yeah,
So I just took off the yellow saturation.
like on the darks, or just in general, overall.
Well, have a look. This is as it was, and then that's with the yellow saturation. Sorry. Which is which? I'm getting confused. Okay.
So that's as it was, and that's with the yellow saturation rolled off, but it doesn't look right.
The yellow's, I think, it's too saturated. Not that you need it saturated.
Hold on, wait.
The opposite.
This is what we got. What do you think it needs?
There, it looks better. The saturation, whatever, is too saturated there.
It's probably just the reds then. That looks better, right? You want to see before, after? Before, after. Before, after.
Yeah.
A,
Yeah.
B.
I think it was the reds.
All right, now let's have a look
Just
at
a
that.
teeny bit, yeah. So
Yeah, just a teeny bit. Let's have a look at that in context, okay? Because that's where it always throws me.
Different animal than any other competition out there. And I think it scares a lot of people away just because FLAIR guys want
That's
to go
better,
out
yeah.
and just put on
that was much better.
Does that look right?
Yeah. That was much better, yeah, totally. It's because when he's flipping the bottles, he's going in and out of the light too. So his skin tone is changing as he's flipping the bottles and moving this direction and that way too.
Sure. Okay, so is that the magic? If so, I gotta select all the Colby clips and then make that adjustment to all of them because they're probably all in that range. Let me do that real quick. Clip color, I've tagged it as, was it chocolate? Yeah, chocolate. So I'm just going to go through all of them and append that same node. So I'm just appending, pasting, appending, pasting. Okay.
there. And I think it scares a lot of people away just because FLAIR guys want to go out and just put on a FLAIR show.
Okay, guys. Let's take a look at this. I still have a lot of clips to color, and right now it's nearly 1 o'clock, so it's about lunchtime. But honestly, I can't do all of this coloring with you watching over my shoulder. Not only do you guys make me a little bit nervous, but I can't show you the whole movie. If you want to see the whole movie, click in the link below, 10% off, just for you, pre-order, Shaken and Stirred. The world's first ever documentary about the underground world of FLAIR bartending. So I'm going to sign off for the day, but I just wanted to give you a glimpse into what it takes to color a movie and some of the challenges I go through on the technical and stuff. I got a lot of shots to get through, so I just got to knuckle down. But let's do this again tomorrow. It's been swell. Peace out. Oh, and don't forget to click on the little circle of me up here in the corner with the red eyes and the cigar, because if you click that, you can subscribe. Let's do that. Peace.